beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. But now when I bring the people out, you don't let them in?
We're not your damn subjects. We are your bosses. We are the citizens of Dalton. And you will not continue to treat us like...
Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor, is watching her once mighty political empire crumble before her eyes. If you've been following this dramatic saga, you know it's a whirlwind of political infighting, public outrage, and of course, Tiffany's signature flair for theatrics. She's not just a politician, she's a walking headline. But now her grip on power is slipping, and the fallout is nothing short of dramatic. After losing her re-election bid as the supervisor of Thornton Township, the stage is set for what feels like the plot of a Netflix thriller. In a desperate attempt to hold on to power, Henyard, who somehow managed to juggle two high-profile roles as the mayor of Dalton and the supervisor of Thornton Township, was furious. Buckle up, this roller coaster ride is just getting started. Picture this, Tiffany Henyard's political rivals erupting in applause as she stormed out, visibly furious over her name being excluded from the ballot. Let's just say her exit was anything but graceful. Why was she removed? For starters, she was accused of shouting accusations at anyone within earshot and bending the rules to serve her own ambitions. But okay, and the crowd didn't hold back either. They took turns mocking her, chanting, "Kiss him goodbye," and urging her to leave. The scene was pure chaos. The ballot controversy stemmed from caucus rules that Thornton Township hadn't used in over 30 years. These guidelines required a full slate of 8 candidates for positions like township supervisor, trustees, highway director, clerk, and assessor to run together. Tiffany's removal added yet another layer of drama to the spectacle.
It's the right way. Illegal.
Without a certified assessor on her slate, Tiffany Henyard's entire team was disqualified. Enter State Senator Napoleon Harris, who also happens to be the Democratic committeeman for Thornton Township. Harris not only reinstated the long-dormant caucus rules, but also secured his own victory as the Democratic nominee for Township Supervisor. Naturally, Tiffany's camp views this as a blatant and possibly unlawful power grab, adding even more fuel to an already dramatic political saga. What started as a clash of political ambitions has now escalated into a full-blown showdown. And let's be real, this story isn't just politics. It's a spectacle.
Tonight, if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination.
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people are here. They're not going to go no.
Drama queen Tiffany Henyard wasn't about to let this slide quietly. She wasted no time accusing Napoleon Harris of orchestrating an unfair and rigged process. According to her, many of her loyal supporters, whom she had conveniently arranged to transport using township buses, were deliberately blocked from attending the caucus. She labeled the entire ordeal as blatant voter suppression and made it crystal clear she wasn't backing down without a fight. Her exact words, "Tomorrow I shall be suing everyone." Bold, to say the least. But here's the kicker. Many of her supporters were left stranded outside in the freezing cold while the caucus carried on without them. The reason? The buses she had arranged reportedly showed up late. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried. It's the kind of political drama that practically writes itself.
To win, but let's do it properly and let the people really have a voice.
Now, let's talk about the caucus itself. A whirlwind 7-minute political tornado. By the time the voting wrapped up, it was clear Napoleon Harris had played his cards to perfection. He pre-registered and strategically seated his team, leaving Tiffany supporters scrambling to even get inside. With this advantage, Harris and his slate easily secured their nominations, making them the leaders of the party in electoral races. Now, let's talk about the caucus itself. A whirlwind 7-minute political tornado. Let's left Tiffany with just one option if she wanted to cling to her role as supervisor, launching a write-in campaign. But let's be honest, the odds of success are slim. Even Tiffany herself admitted, whoever this person is, she's afraid of me. Yet the reality is clear. Write-in campaigns rarely succeed. And while Tiffany's signature theatrics might make for great headlines, they may not be enough to turn the tide in her favor this time. Thanksgiving and Christmas are all about family. Thanksgiving.
All it took for Tiffany Henyard to be out as the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township Supervisor, and she left here visibly.
For some, this feels like karma finally catching up to Tiffany Henyard. Her tenure as mayor and supervisor has been nothing short of scandalous, riddled with extravagant spending and questionable leadership decisions. Over the years, she's faced relentless criticism, with accusations of misusing public funds for lavish vacations, pricey meals, and even personal styling. One report alleges she spent a jaw-dropping $43,000 in a single day. Yes, you read that right, $43,000 in just 24 hours. And the controversies don't end there. Her cancer foundation was shut down after failing to disclose how its funds were being used. As if all that weren't enough, the FBI has reportedly been investigating her administration for months, scrutinizing everything from financial misconduct to potential abuse of power. It seems the walls are closing in on Tiffany, and this chapter of her career might just be her most turbulent yet.
That you got displayed at that mic is
Many of Tiffany Henyard's critics are reveling in her fall from grace. One particularly blunt comment captured the mood. "I keep missing the reason she's not been brought up on charges." Another added, "It's surprising she hasn't faced more serious legal consequences, given everything we know about her." Her supporters' late arrival to the caucus and Tiffany's explosive reaction only added fuel to the fire. To some, it felt like she had won a career where accountability was conveniently left out of the package. While her admirers praise her audacity and unshakable confidence, others see her as arrogant and divisive. Public outbursts like the infamous village board meeting where she declared, "Like it or not, I am your mayor," have cemented her reputation as someone who thrives on conflict. She has spoken at the Overlook. In fact, some locals compare her behavior to that of an entertaining, yet ultimately destructive reality TV villain. This combative attitude may have alienated key political allies, further dimming her chances of bouncing back after the caucus defeat. Her critics, meanwhile, seem content to watch the fallout unfold.
Proper time. We had a caucus. And the people voted for us, slated candidates.
Tiffany Henyard's financial choices are yet another controversy fueling her growing list of scandals. Critics argue that her extravagant spending stands in stark contrast to the financial struggles of Dalton's residents, whose median income is around $24,400 a year. One glaring example? A staggering $443,000 spent on Amazon, a figure that has become a symbol of her administration's alleged excesses. Unsurprisingly, many are left questioning what those purchases could have possibly been for. Adding to the skepticism is her attempt to implement a 100% property tax refund for residents. While framed as a generous initiative, detractors claim it was little more than a calculated ploy to buy loyalty ahead of her re-election campaign. To many, it's just another chapter in a saga of questionable leadership, which continues with directions from other federal agencies, including the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Postal Service.
a prime example of people that's puppet masters trying to control.
The controversies surrounding Tiffany Henyard go far beyond financial issues. Business owners critical of her leadership have accused her of engaging in political retaliation, claiming they've been targeted for opposing her policies. One local pub owner alleged that police searched their establishment shortly after they refused to support one of her events. These accusations paint a troubling picture of a leader allegedly using her power to settle personal scores, further eroding public trust in her ability to govern with integrity.
Could have been a primary, always has been in the history of Thornton Township. Always 10,000 residents come and vote for her.
While some of Tiffany Henyard's supporters praise her as a trailblazer unafraid to stand up for her beliefs, even in the face of widespread criticism, many others see her defiance as denial. With investigations into her administration still ongoing and her political influence steadily waning, the question remains, how much longer can she hold on before her house of cards completely collapses? But Tiffany isn't going down without a fight. As she's already hinted, legal action could be on the horizon as she challenges the caucus results, claiming they were manipulated against her. Her supporters are rallying behind her, confident that her name recognition and a write-in campaign could still secure a victory. However, running a write-in campaign is a daunting task, especially against someone like Napoleon Harris, who now has the full backing of the Democratic Party. The odds are stacked against her and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Know this, I am gonna come through on a landslide just like Trump did. Know that I will be.
Tiffany Henyard's challenges don't end there. As mayor of Dalton, she's faced public conflicts with trustees and growing dissatisfaction among residents. During a recent village board meeting, Henyard was confronted with accusations of financial mismanagement and political retaliation. To make matters worse, the Dalton Police Department has struggled with leadership instability ever since her personally appointed police chief was removed by court order. Officer morale is reportedly at an all-time low. Financially, things aren't looking any better. A report by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot revealed that Dalton's general fund balance dropped from a $5 million surplus in 2022 to a nearly $4 million deficit by 2024. The report also accused Henyard of using a village credit card for personal purchases at stores like Target, Walgreens, and Wayfair. In 2018, unsurprisingly, calls for her removal are growing louder, with some even labeling her the worst mayor in America. Adding to her troubles, Henyard is reportedly facing eviction from her rental property due to months of unpaid rent. Her landlord claims neither she nor her boyfriend have made payments since August, and that they even changed the locks to block access. So, what's next for Tiffany Henyard? Can she stage a comeback with her write-in campaign, or is this the end of her political career? And with ongoing investigations into her actions, could even more challenges be on the horizon? This story is far from over, and the debate over her leadership will continue. Do you think Tiffany can overcome these obstacles, or is this the final chapter in her political saga? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama.